Good morning, dear children. Welcome to today's class. Let us continue with the ninth lesson, direct proportion and inverse proportion. So children, get ready with your textbook and notebook. In the previous videos, you have learnt inverse proportion. There we have seen solved examples. Today, we are going to start with practice set 38. So children, get ready with your textbook and notebook. Now practice set 38, example number 1. 5 workers take 12 days to weed a field. How many days would 6 workers take? How many would 15 take? First we will see the given part. That is 5 workers take 12 days to weed a field. That is number of days required by 5 workers is given. You have to find number of days required by 6 workers, also for 15 workers to weed the same field. So first we will write the given part. We will make a table of the quantities given in the example. Here the two quantities are number of workers and number of days. Here 5 workers take 12 days. Here we will consider let 6 workers take X days, whereas 15 workers take Y days to weed the same field. Now here we will first find the value of X. So let 6 workers take X days to weed a field. Now as the number of workers increases, the number of days decreases. Hence number of workers and number of days are in inverse proportion. As they are in inverse proportion, the product of the two quantities, that is number of workers and number of days, remains the same. Now the two quantities are 5 and 12, that is 5 multiplied by 12 is equal to 6 multiplied by X. From the table you can see here 5 multiplied by 12 equal to 6 multiplied by X. Now 5 12s are 60, 6 multiplied by X is 6X. Now here 6 is in multiplication, on the other side it will come in division. So you will get here X is equal to 60 divided by 6. Now when you divide 60 by 6, you will get 10. That is, here 6 workers will take 10 days to weed the field. Now we will consider let 15 workers take Y days to weed the field. Now again we will take the same product of given part, that is 5 workers, they will take 12 days. So we will multiply 5 by 12 equal to 15 multiplied by Y. Now here 5 12s are 60 and 15 multiplied by Y is 15Y. Now 15, it is in multiplication, on the other side it will come in division. So you will get 60 upon 15, Y equal to 60 upon 15. Now divide 60 by 15, you will get 4. Hence 15 workers will take 4 days to weed the field. From here it is very clear, as the number of workers increases, the number of days decreases. Now second example. Mohan Rao took 10 days to finish a book, reading 40 pages every day. How many pages must he read in a day to finish it in 8 days? Now children, let us see what is given in this example, number of pages and number of days. If he reads 40 pages daily, then he takes 10 days to finish a book. Now you have to find, if he have to finish the book it in 8 days, then how many pages should he read in 1 day? Now here, as if he have to read or complete the book in less number of days, he have to read more number of pages daily. That is, this example is of inverse proportion. So first we will write the given part. Mohan Rao took 10 days to finish a book, reading 40 pages every day. This is given. Now let X pages be read every day to finish it in 8 days. Now as number of days decreases, number of pages increases. Hence number of days and number of pages are in inverse proportion. Hence the product of the two quantities, that is number of pages and number of days, remains constant. So we will write here 40 multiplied by 10 equal to X multiplied by 8. Or you will write here 10 multiplied by 40 equal to 8 multiplied by X. Now here multiply 10 into 40 is 400 equal to 8 multiplied by x is 8x. Now here 8 is in multiplication, on the other side it will come in division. So you will get here x is equal to 400 upon 8. Divide 400 by 8, you will get 50. That is, he should read 50 pages daily to finish the book in 8 days. Now example number 3. Mary cycles at 6 km per hour. How long will she take to reach her aunt's house, which is 12 km away? If she cycles at a speed of 4 km per hour, how long would she take? Now in this example, children, let us see what is given. There are two cases discussed here. In first case, the speed is 6 km per hour. Now you have to find how long will she take to reach her aunt's house, which is 12 km away. That is, you have to find the time required to cover 12 km. So from the speed it is clear that in 1 hour she travels 6 km. So you have to find time required for 12 km. This is the example of direct proportion. Here time and distance are in direct proportion. Children, you can solve it using the formula method. We know the formula, speed into time equal to distance. Here speed is 6 km per hour. Time is, we are considering as x hours required to cover the distance of 12 km. Now here speed, from this formula also it is clear that distance and time are in direct proportion. Now here 6 is in multiplication, on the other side it will come in division. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. That is, Mary takes 2 hours to reach her aunt's house, which is 12 km away. So here we have solved the case 1. Now in case 2, if she cycles at a speed of 4 km per hour, it means if the speed of the cycle decreases, you have to find the time required to reach the aunt's house is how much. Now here, if she cycles at the speed of 6 km, she takes 2 hours. So here if the speed decreases, then the time required will increase. So again we will write the given part. Here in second case, speed of bicycle is 4 km per hour. The distance remains the same. Now as speed decreases, time required increases. Now again we will use the formula. Speed multiplied by time is distance. Here speed is 4 km per hour. So we will write here 4. You have to find the time. The distance is 12 km. Now here 4 is in multiplication. On the other side it will come in division. Now when you divide 12 by 4, you will get 3. That is, if she goes with the speed of 4 km per hour, she will require 3 hours to reach her aunt's house. So we will write the answer. Mary takes 2 hours to her aunt's house at the speed of 6 km per hour and 3 hours if she cycles at a speed of 4 km per hour. Now example number 4. The stock of grain in a government warehouse lasts 30 days for 4,000 people. How many days will it last for 6,000 people? Now here, children, you know the warehouse. What is warehouse? The place where the grains are stored. Now here, it is a government warehouse where the stock of grain is stored. That stock of grain lasts for 30 days for 4,000 people. Now if the number of people will increase, you have to find the time required or the time for which the stock of grain will last for them. Now we will write the given part. For 4,000 people, stock of grain lasts for 30 days. So we will consider for 6,000 people, let the stock of grain lasts for X days. Now here we will make the table of the two quantities, that is number of people and number of days. For 4,000 people, 30 days, and for 6,000 people we will consider X days. As the number of men increases, number of days will decrease. Hence, number of men or number of people and number of days are in inverse proportion. Hence, the product of the two quantities will remain the same. That is 6,000 multiplied by X is equal to 4,000 multiplied by 30. So you will get the equation. Here 6000 is in multiplication. On the other side it will come in division. Now here the 3 zeros will get cancelled. Now here on cancelling you will see 30 comes in the table of 6. 6 5s are 30. Here there is 4 and here it is 5. So you will get the final answer as 20. Now stock of grain lasts for 20 days for 6000 people. So in these examples we have seen that as one quantity increases, the other decreases and vice versa. Children, you all have to complete your copies till here. Thank you.